Right, I think that everything is working. And I mostly hope so. Seems to work. Right. Hey everyone, welcome to this fun. I'm Chris, the local game master and also the person who does all the gameplay stuff. So today I am playing Grim Dawn, as I usually am on Fridays. And I am playing as Rafaela, a warlord carrying the Codex of Reckoning, the great and all-powerful book that gives us a +1 bonus to all my skills, and that is just really good. Now, I also figured out that apparently this game has an auto loot option in the menu, so going to see if that's any good, because I just turned it on for the first time ever. And yeah, let's just get started. Let's see how this character works again. I don't know why I was walking that way. Never hurts to check to see if we've got anything in store that we're working towards. We've got a great mace and some great armor. Alright.
Keep an eye out.
Ooh, the great mace is only one level away. For an extra 700 damage. That is good. And we hand in our +2 to force wave, which is a skill we cannot use anyway, because we don't have a shield. That's going to be a theme. That is a theme for this character. This combination of classes works very well when using a shield, and we're not going to use any. So, now, since last time, not since last time, auto pickup. I'm going to have to get used to it. I'm going to have to get used to not collecting on component items anymore. But not because I don't like it. Merely because I'm so used to it. Anyway. Last time we actually got to level 30, so we could actually use our actual Codex of Reckoning. Which is the thing we're using right now. And this time things might be a little weird. I'm going to try to finish up Act 2, which I do by getting to a homestead, which is not the direction I'm going to right now. Right now I'm killing a bunch of cultists to look for a key that apparently they're still not dropping. Thanks, guys. But that's okay. I will come back here next time, and the time after that, and the time after that. Unless, like, another cultist far later in the game drops it first. Do I have anything worth going back for? Not really. Alright, so... last time we made it all the way to Smuggler's Pass. And we want to go to here, to Homestead. That is our current goal. Now... I'm quite sure we can make 2 there today. But off that... the game is going to slow down just a bit. Because there are a lot of things that... there are a lot of kind of hidden or secret areas, or simply open but still dangerous areas that I still have to go through. And as the name dangerous area implies, those areas are dangerous. So there's a reason why I haven't gone to them yet. For one of them, the reason is has nothing to do with the fact that it's dangerous, but has far more to do with the fact that Homestead is a faction, and Homestead is a nice faction because it we get bonus reputation with Homestead when we are killing bosses or heroes of beasts or of beastskin, such as these trolls over here. Those are beastskin. If any of them have a star or a skull over their head, those are bosses. They are quite a bit powerful. They tend to drop items. They even tend to drop good items. And if we kill them, we get reputation bonus with Homestead. Provided that we have met Homestead, which we currently haven't. And there's one location that is pretty big, and that is kind of just filled to the brim with all kinds of beasts, including beast monsters, including beast bosses. So it's kind of just a waste to go there. And kill all the beasts and then go to Homestead and be like, oh, I could have gained so much more out of those than I actually did. So yeah, goal for now, Homestead. Also, as might be visible, we're now getting... Oh, I'm also picking up scrap? That's great. I have to click so much less things right now. As you also might notice, we're now fighting pretty big things, namely trolls. It's kind of only gonna get worse from here. Things are just going to get bigger. And it might get a bit more chaotic and a bit harder to follow what exactly I'm doing. But don't worry. It also gets harder to follow for me. So yeah. I'd say get used to the chaos. That's going to be the norm from now on. Ooh. Totems are always nice. Oh, man. Can we get a drop from it? Yeah! Haha! Alright, so that's really funny. The Manticore Poison Gland is used for a quest that is quite a bit further ahead. So it's kind of funny that we got it now already. It's going to save... It's not actually going to save us time, to be honest. I just like having the quest that you arrive somewhere, they ask you to do something, and it's like, yeah, I already did that here. Here's the stuff you want. None of the items seem any good for me. There was one that gave a bonus to physical damage, but it did not give a bonus to Righteous Fury, which is our basic attack. Look at that. A V-skin boss. Unfortunately, this is on our way to Homestead, so we could not fight that one later. I mean, we can always come back to fight him. That is so much more damage, but it's a two-handed item. That's unfortunate. Oh well. Yeah, so in this game, the game is played in sessions. and each session is basically when you exit the game, or even when you go to the main menu. When you log back in, you enter a new session, which means that everything respawns, and that includes all the bosses, which also includes kind of like the final the final bosses, or the big bosses of the area, like Warden Creek and Darius Stromley, which are the two that we have faced so far. And now we're going to meet an old friend, but slightly further than I expected. There's Riftgate. And then here is Ulgrim.
Well, if it isn't my old friend from Devil's Crossing. I had a feeling you'd be making your way through here.
Ulgrim? What are you doing here?
I haven't been entirely honest with you. I'm not a chef, not by profession anyway, although maybe that would have been a better path. As it is, I'm an assassin and former First Blade of the Erelon Emperor. It's a title I've not always been proud to bear, as my line of work has not always been virtuous. But I dealt with threats to the Empire. Now all of humanity is threatened by foes more deadly than anything we've faced before. It is, however, a time when I can put my talents to a more noble purpose. You haven't been entirely forthright with me either, Taken. But don't worry, I'm the keeper of many secrets.
What did you call me?
A Taken? Well, formerly so, if we get down to semantics. The Ethereal left you just before you hanged to death. Am I not correct?
How do you know all this?
My sources are quite good, if I say so myself. But you trusted me, and now I shall trust you.
Alright, why did you join me in Devil's Crossing only to leave again?
My job was to scout the countryside, get bearings on enemy strongholds, and investigate weaknesses. Your mention of people surviving out in Devil's Crossing was intriguing, so I wanted to see it for myself. Having learned everything I could about the area, I felt it was time to return to my men in Homestead.
Your man?
Can't say I like it any more than they do, but I am working alongside the Black Legion. They are all that remain of the Imperium's forces.
Right, so how can I help here?
I came upon these refugees on my way through Smuggler's Pass. They were trapped and would soon have become food or entertainment for the trolls. I had to do something. Now we're stuck out here, caught in the midst of a battle between the trolls and the ethereal forces. The tunnel to Homestead is blocked by aether fire, and the only option now is a passage through the mountain deeps. It is a foul place at the bottom of the world, infested with all manner of terrible things that hate the sun. There is no way these people would survive down there. In Devil's Crossing, I saw that you had the power to open rifts. I need you to fight your way to Homestead, secure a rift, and come back for us. So please, help these people. Below is an entrance to the deeps. From there, you'll exit onto the dusty road that will lead you into Homestead. Be swift. I'm not sure how much longer I can hold off the trolls before they come in force.
Alright, I will find a way to Homestead. And now you also have a quest. I'm sorry for eavesdropping, but I couldn't help but overhear that you will be going through the mountain deeps. That's right, why do you ask? You see, my sister Dahlia got fed up with waiting while I lay here with a gaping wound in my side, despite Ulgrim's insistence that she stay. Dahlia sent out into the depths on her own in search of rescue and medical supplies. It's been over a day now, and I'm afraid something must have happened. Would you please look for her? I fear the worst. I will look for Dahlia. So now we go through yet another cave. And here... I might run into some trouble with my acid and poison resistance. Because that's going to show up a lot right here. Also, this place is very maze-like. I try to use the map as little as possible, but I'm going to need to use it here to make sure that I actually go everywhere. Oof, that was a lot of damage at once. Yeah, to my great surprise, the very paladin-like class in this game does not actually have any way of healing, which I'm kind of surprised by. Oh, how much dynamite do I still need? Still need a lot. I'm going to hold on to my dynamite for now. And here is a desecrated shrine, which is great, because that means more shrine bonuses. No good item drops though. That's okay. And I was busy with crap. So defensive ability and pierce resistance. Oh, nice. Pierce resistance is good. It's good. We'll need that. Because I'm taking a lot of damage, and anything that would reduce that damage is probably a good thing. Did something? Yeah, something appeared. And let's be thorough. Don't let anything stay here. This is probably one of the least exciting parts of this playthrough and this journey to Homestead. Honestly, hopefully, of today. The problem is I cannot really tell much about this. It's really just I go through here to get to Homestead, and I have to go through here, and it's a cave, and it holds monsters, and that's kind of just it. We'll encounter another cave like this. In what's either going to be this or next session. It really depends on how it's going, and how much time everything is going to cost. That place is a bit more interesting. It has, I mean, it's very short. That certainly helps. It has no. It is very hidden. It is kind of part of a greater complex and very easy to miss. Even though there is a shrine in there, so it's kind of essential that you do get it. Maybe not essential, but certainly nice. Anything here? Not really. Oh, I got excited for a moment because it was like, ooh, bonuses to skills that I actually do have, but it's Overguard and Resilience. And I don't know about resilience, but overguard is certainly a shield only thing. And the rest is like chaos and poison damage. It's not. The resistance is alright. So this one, right? I mean, I might try. No, I'm trying. Oh, and here is Dahlia Tavern Scorpion. Oh. I mean, she did apparently find the supplies that she was looking for, so that's good, right? I genuinely have to get used to not clicking on components to pick them up. These are all... There are kind of necromancy items that are around here. Which is fun when you play a necromancer, but not that useful to us. Yeah, that level up is great. It's very much going to be a thing that we're going to see less and less item switches from now on, probably. Oh, whoa, I'm taking a lot of damage and I cannot heal. Which is still really frustrating. Oh, come on. It's quite easy to get overwhelmed here. Not enough acid and poison resistance. That's a big thing. But I did now go everywhere, so that's good. How much do you reduce my damage? Oh, there. Almost 100. You might actually you bring my lightning resistance up to maximum, which is great. I think we're going to keep you, to be honest. Then I will upgrade my cunning to make up for at least some of the damage that's lost. And let's also not forget that I can level up. And I think... yeah, there we go. Going for that Counter-Strike. Because that's great. Oh, wait! This one also gave retaliation damage, right? Yeah, plus 20% to all retaliation damage. Nice! Alright. So, apparently also going the retaliation route. Not too surprised by that. Oh, I'm still taking way too much damage. Is it vitality? Oh yeah, alright. 0% vitality resist. That's probably the reason why I'm taking so much damage. Man, in these kind of games, I find it so hard to keep my retaliation resist. I find it so hard to keep my my resistances up. Like it's they feel like such an important aspect, but they're quite hard to actually get to decent values. Do I need to go back? Probably, but I'm not going to. Anyway. I find it a very weird Riftgate. Not so much because its location is weird. Like, it's understandable right outside of a cave. To me, it feels like it's very close to the next Riftgate, which is Homestead, which is this big location. And I always have the feeling that it's the Riftgate that is closest to the next. So I might actually be wrong in that. I'm not quite sure. It might also be that I'm now going to do the thing that I never do otherwise in this game, and I'm going to just oh, you're way worse. Okay, never mind. I was interested by +3 counter strike, but that is like 80 less armor. That's not worth it. I'm going straight for Homestead right now, instead of exploring this entire area. And the reason for that is simply because we're going to go back to this area soon anyway. And it's also force of habit. Homestead is kind of a big deal. Getting to Homestead is the ending of Act 2. The actual ending, even though we defeated the Act 2 boss very long ago. And it's also a place that we're now kind of getting to the part of the game where I know less, and I might explore new things. I'm not entirely unfamiliar with it, but it's certainly a part that I played way. Oh dear. Do we need to worry about this? Maybe a little bit. Just keep spamming skills and eventually we get there. There we go. We're now also apparently at the point of the game where we're finding all these amazing shields, which is slightly frustrating. Can I fit you in there still? Not without too much of a hassle. We're going to ignore him. We've ignored him once already. We're going to keep doing so. I'm going to wait with all the quests until I've sorted out my stuff. Oh yeah, I need to go back to Ungrim. That's a very good point. I'm first just going to sell and store stuff.
I'll keep an eye on this. Come see what's left of the way.
And just sell all my items. Because I know I won't need them.
See you around.
Speed read some things, some pages, and then we're off. So now, Zarya Redden. Hey, remember this guy? This is the guy that we didn't kill back at the start of Act 2, when someone else wanted us to kill him. This is him. I didn't realize who this was until like the fourth or fifth time. That's not true. I went to Homestead 6 times. So like the fourth time, only then I realized who this was. Seems so rose cross again. Glad to see you survived the wilderness. I appreciate you letting me tell my side of the story back in the Arkovian foothills. Most people wouldn't bother getting all the details straight. Glad you've made it through. Say, I've gathered up quite a few interesting things while traveling out here. Don't suppose you'd be interested in buying something? Only the best deals for a friend. Let's take a look. I won't actually take a look.
These are trying times, but we will persevere.
Welcome to Homestead, traveler. What brings you to our sanctuary? I come from Devil's Crossing. I was wondering if we could trade for food. Yay, experience! I understand your predicament, I truly do. But I'm afraid we're not in a position to help you right now. Frankly, we could use some help ourselves. With the Black Legion hellbent on destroying every ethereal and Chthonian they see, they've lost sight of the issues plaguing the very people they're trying to protect. What's the problem? After the Grim Dawn, many of our neighbors were forced to abandon their homes and flee. Together, we built Homestead up into a sanctuary, but it came as the loss of other farmsteads. When the Black Legion arrived, we were able to recover a few fields, but not nearly enough to feed everyone. Captain Summer considers the resources available to be sufficient for her campaign and has deemed any further efforts to restore the farmland to be secondary to the Legion's mission. The Dermapterians, a vile infestation that plagues this land every few years, are running rampant throughout our lands, devouring all they see and laying their eggs. If we don't act soon, our harvest will be ruined and the land left barren. There are two farms just west of here, belonging to the Elmswood and Thornsbury, which would be the ideal next steps in our expanding our food production. If you could clear out the Dermapterian egg lists there, along with any Dermapterians protecting them, then perhaps I can convince the captain to at least assign guards to the farms and allow our men to work the fields. I'll see to it that you are justly compensated. What do you say? I will clear out the infestation. And now we should go back to Ogrim. But not before I entirely forget that I still had an item waiting. Where are you?
I'll keep your stash safe.
There you are. 725 more damage. Yes, please. Dunk. Yay.
I'll hold on to that for you.
And now we can sell you. Touch of Malice. And actually, I do remember having something that increases just clear physical damage. So quickly going to look for that. Could also use Enchanted Flint that transforms physical into fire damage. Their physical modifier is 556 and fire is 206. Alright, so we shouldn't do that. I've made the mistake once of doing an effect like that on a character and seeing their damage per second drop. And these are they're not extremely expensive to make, but they're still an investment, especially early game, so I was a little bit annoyed at that. Was it... which was it? Was it like Severed Claw? I think it was this one, Severed Claw. So physical damage plus 25% increase physical damage and 50% increase internal trauma damage. Yeah, that's it. Or Oloron's blood. Oh, but you're expensive. You're really expensive. I mean, you might be worth it. I'm just afraid that I'm going to exchange my item and that you're then going to be lost, and that's just not worth it. Oh, wait! Of course! I can put it on the item that we're not going to exchange for a very, very long time. The Codex of Reckoning. So, about 5,400 to 5,000. And that's not actually that much of an A little bit disappointed by that increase. We did get another skill. Might be. I'm just going to put it there for again bosses or anything, something of the like, and then just put a severed claw on our Skullbreaker. Superior Kilrian Skullbreaker of Ruin. Now that's a good name. I love naming conventions in these kind of games. They can be so ridiculous. I've had several times where I encountered something like a... it was like an aggressive belt of meditation. But first... nope, not first Olgrim. First, Colin. Did you find my sister? Yes, she was in the mountain deeps. I'm sorry. I had a feeling. Thank you for the information. Excuse me. I am sorry for your loss.
So how doomed are we?
I've secured a way via
Good
Riftgate.
work. I can't say I enjoyed my first travel by Rift, but it's certainly better than the alternative.
I will see you all in Homestead. And now... Oh, this is another thing that I discovered. You don't actually have to... like, create a personal rift and then travel. If I just move to a rift, it automatically creates a personal rift and puts me here. So yeah, I apparently discover way many new things in this game. Oh great.
I wasn't sure you'd make it, but you pulled through. Those people owe you their lives.
I did what was right.
I wish that was the end of our troubles, but there is a mounting threat on the horizon that threatens to wipe us all out.
What do we do now?
I'm going to check in with Creed here, but I suggest you speak to Captain Sommer. She's the Black Legion officer in charge of this sorry bunch. Look for the grumpy middle-aged hag in Black Legion armor. She'll
Oof.
fill you in on the situation.
I will speak to her. Hello.
I'll skip the pleasantries. Olgrim tells me you're one tough slip, and right now that's what I need most. Will you fight for the Black Legion?
Right, where do you need me?
The Legion is split on two fronts. To the north, we have the Cult of Reckoning. Nasty bastards keen on turning all of us into a puddle of blood for their rituals. I have my best men out there right now scouting ahead. The cultists are amassing in great numbers, and I'd like to know why. There is a more pressing issue, however, and this is where you come in. Olgrim says that you are experienced with fighting the Ethereals. That's good. You'll need all your skills for this one. Far to the west, beyond the infested farms and the rotting croplands, there is an area teeming with ethereals that we have started calling the Gruesome Harvest. It is a fitting title as the ethereals have been gathering corpses, animal and human alike, in order to conduct their sick resurrection techniques upon them. The barn there has been giving off a blinding aether light non-stop for the last few days and nights. That is, until today. Whatever they are working on, it must be nearly finished. And knowing the ethereals, it's something monstrous. We can't risk the ethereals discovering that we know about their creation. I need someone to sneak in there and destroy this abomination before it even has a chance to wreak havoc upon my people. We'll only get one shot at this, so I want someone who has experience dealing with ethereal horrors to handle this mission. Will you be my champion?
I will track down this abomination. I only just realized that apparently the theme for Homestead is the same as the Four Hills, which I thought was a once in the game thing. Apparently I was wrong, which is kind of cool. Oh yeah. The weapon master looks over the supplies inside. It's a damn shame about the cannons. This place will feel a whole lot safer if we had a few of those beauties mounted upon the walls. What happened to the cannons? We had no choice but to abandon them on the road when the Ethereal attacked us in force. Thankfully, the bastards don't know a thing about artillery. What if I recover them? Well, then I would call you insane. Treading into that area is nothing short of suicide. There's a reason we call it the conflagration now. It's overrun with ethereals. Even the very ground will cook you alive with ether fire. If you like living, stay out of the place. Just to watch. We're going to go there like at level 50 or something. Because it is connected to Port Filbury, and Port Filbury has a forbidden domain, and I don't want to do those two here. So now, yeah, this homestead, it's a beautiful place. It's a place with a lot of quests. We can go two ways now. We can either go south here, and then we get to Tyrant's Hold, where there are a couple of quest lines. We can go this way to Gruesome Harvest, where we have a quest line, and that's our main quest. We can even go into the conflagration, even though that's not smart B. We're going to do none of that. We're going to pick up some things that we didn't pick up before. We're going to blow up some walls for that. For the first one, we're going to the Flooded Passage here, which we went through in like episode 1, I think. No, episode 1 was grinding. Episode 2. And we're going to mainly ignore everything that's here because they are level 14. We are 35. But it's all for this. Looks like a portion of the Flooded Passage has caved in. You can clear it out with some heavy explosives. Great, clear a cave. This is one of the reasons why we need a lot of dynamite. Now we're in Treacherous Domain, the sunken reliquary. Let's see. Ooh, they leech health back with attacks. Bit of less health. And they have less armor but increased retaliation. Ah, that's kind of a nasty combination. It's not too nasty. It's mostly that's just extremely offensive. In the way that it's good for offense, not that it is like politically debated. Or that people will take offense to it. Yay, great, another shield. Lovely. Yeah, this place isn't too exciting. It's nice. There's some nice loot, there's a nice boss fight. Ooh. Let's see. Higher chaos resistance, which is good. Way lower elemental and pierce resist, which is less good. Plus 6% total speed, which is amazing. And plus 2 righteous fervor. You know what? Let's see. Let's see what we got for this. Well. Well, first of all, that's a very big no. But even no, I didn't. Never mind. I want to store this one away because I think this one is great and we can definitely use it. However, not using the Codex of Reckoning is a very, very, very bad thing. So we need to get a lot more. We need to get a lot more spirit in. Can at least kind of get started on that. That's unfortunate. I should resummon Macy and Glory. For the people who weren't here before, Macy and Glory are my summons. They are extremely powerful. They are immune to all damage, and they deal a good amount of damage. They are, to be honest, pretty nice. Oh look, a boss fight. They are also now not here, which is kind of worrying. I kind of like having Oleron's Might now. the skill we got from the item, right? Yeah, Oloron's Might. I don't think it's particularly powerful, but it's a single target skill that just deals damage, and is just there to deal damage. And that's actually something we kind of missed. Like we have one other single target one, which is Blitz. No, it's Fire's Might, right? Nope, it's Blitz. Because Blitz needs a target. But even that one, it's mostly for movement. And considering the amount of boss fights in this game, we're going to make good use of it. I hope we can make good use of it at least. So as you can see, these are the Arkovian Undead again. I mean, I'm going to tell something about the place at the exact moment that we're going to leave, because it's not that big. The basic story of that place was that people were fleeing from the Arkovian curse, which made everyone in the entirety of Arkovia turn into undead after death. Which was kind of ironic, considering that Arkovia had tried a lot to kill all necromancers and make sure that necromancy wasn't the thing anymore. Going the right way? Yeah, I'm going the right way. And then they were all cursed. And no one died anymore. And you can see several traces. I'm not going to read all this, I'm just repairing a bridge and it's expensive. There are quite some places where you can read records from people of the Arkovian Empire, who basically tell how they tried to avoid the curse, but how it was all in vain, because the curse had already spread a long time ago. And it's the same for those. The people right there tried to escape the curse by hiding away underground, but the curse still got to them. And now they are undead. There is one particular note that I think it's quite far in the game, I've only encountered it once. Just for the record, I've only actually finished this game once before. I've only been to not Arkovia, to Homestead a couple of times. So I am in no means an expert. I've never even started the DLCs. But I do know that there has been one... There has been one note somewhere that was very interesting, because it was a note written by a scholar, by an Arkovian scholar who was already far in the stages of being an undead, who was already very skeletal, and who kind of describes his experience, and it's really interesting. And I think it's a really cool addition to just have that be there. Oh no! Oh! Ugh. The healers in this game are the absolute worst when they manage to just heal a boss back to full, which is what just happened there. Also, I should wait for my energy to recharge. That guy there was one of the two reasons, or two main big reasons, why we went to Homestead first and are now here. Because we could have gone here before, but he granted us some respect. No, reputation with Homestead. Like it says here, killing beasts earns us reputation. Now we're going to kill some Eldritch Horrors. That went very well. That has gone way worse many times before. Emerald Ring of Olo. You're not going to win from plus 6% all damage and 7% attack speed, or from plus 2 to Righteous Fervor. So, although you're cool, you're not useful. I think you just have the same story. War Mace, that's not powerful enough. A helmet I cannot use. No poison acid resist, that's the big problem. Don't care too much about the plus 2 on War Cry, since I don't use it too much. Nah. I'm going to need that resistance, I'm afraid. Oh well. I'm sure it's fine. Oh, whoa! Was like, oh man, these boots are great! These boots are absolutely amazing. Oh wait, they're exactly the same as what I'm wearing. Except that they're slightly worse in almost every regard. They have better internal trauma damage, and that's it. So, nice, but no. And you're not useful because you don't... That one just didn't give anything on the stats that matter. Or maybe it kind of did, but nothing big on the main stats that make sure that I stay alive. I love it. That's nice. Then I can finally get Counter-Strike. First, let's finish up this area. Just so that it won't happen that I'm busy leveling and suddenly something appears behind me and stabs me in the back and I die. Or even when just something shows up. I just cannot handle it in these kinds of games when I'm just trying to level up and make a conscious choice like, oh, what exactly do I want to do with this? And then just suddenly something shows up and kills me, or attacks me, and I have to quit out and fight it. I don't want to spend a point in spirit. But I may have to. Alright, let's see. You give 3 spirit points, and you give 1 spirit point, at least for now. Yeah, so you're not gonna get that by yourself, are you? Where does this bring me? Can I now use you? Nope. 5 off. Great. And I need to resummon you. Okay, but we're getting close. Getting close. Armor absorption, some resistances, or disrupt skill, reduce physical resistance. like a little bit more defense. And Counter-Strike. Yeah. Look at that, just instantly 4 points in Counter-Strike. That's lovely. So now, anytime anything tries to hit us, we will hit it back. With a 1 second cooldown, I think, which is not much. Well, that's pretty quick. Oh, yeah, oh, it's this gate. I'm trying to click it, and it just won't. I need to stand next to it before it will actually attack it. It is very frustrating. Oh, look at that. Another beastskin boss. How curious. I am almost dead. Oh no! Didn't get a notification. Ah, damn. I'm sorry. Like, couldn't really help it. I am not sure how notifications go with Twitch, honestly. I don't think I've gotten a notification in a long time with Twitch, but then again, I've probably accidentally turned it off somehow. But hey, welcome. Yeah, that could very well be. Not much has happened. I mean, I did finish Act 2, so I did reach a pretty big goal. I'm now trying to kill beasts around here to make sure that the town of Homestead is happy with me. Yeah, it's very bright and cheery. Did I miss something? I did. Yeah, this is East Marsh. As you can see, it's a marsh. It's also in the east. It's really not that strange of a name. It is probably, in my experience, one of the areas that is surprisingly difficult. I first stumbled in here. When I was like level 20, and the monsters here are level 30. Needless to say, I mean, I didn't die. I just ran away as quickly as possible. Oh, I am caught in a net. Great. Luckily, I still have Macy and Glory who will do all the work for me. Yeah, I now have Macy and Glory, so I do not need to worry about that. I only need to worry about staying alive. Did I miss that one, or is it just further ahead than I remember? I know there's a secret area around here. I don't exactly remember where exactly it is. They will protect me by trying to kill my enemies as quickly as possible. That is the only way they know of protecting. There it is! Look at that. And now we go left here for a treasure chest. Yay! With nothing useful, really, but that's okay. How is my storage? Ooh. Right. I will have to go back sometime. In time, soon. East Marsh. Oh, and the most impronounceable name in the game so far, Craig's Crags, are pretty big areas, actually. And they don't have a Riftgate anywhere near. I don't think this game even has Riftgates. No. Yeah, I think this game just has no Riftgates in dangerous areas. I mean, you know, in areas that are labeled as dangerous. That's the journey of a Necromancer, who plays a part in a quest that we're not going to do, because we're going to join the not Necromancer side of things. Not so much because we don't like Necromancers, but because we like fire and smashing things with hammers more than we like Necromancers. And that's kind of the thing we have to choose between. Now here is another beast boss. Oh no, you're Rift Spawn. I never realized you were Rift Spawn. I am stupid. Okay, that's fine. So this one won't give us any experience. It will give us some trouble. Yeah. Oh, am I? Oh. I almost thought I was going to die before, like after killing it. Yeah, I do love Necromancers. I know. Like, alright, we also do Pathfinder stuff, so I can talk about this. Sorry, this is such a good shield. Like, just look at that. It's more physical damage, which is what we're about. Physical retaliation, which is what we're about. It has a bonus to so many skills that we make use of, but we must stay true to the book and keep our Codex of Reckoning. So we're going to ignore it. And this shrine is the reason why we come here, mostly. Because that is going to allow us to finish Crab with elemental damage. Ooh, we might pass the 6,000 now. Yeah, we are going to pass the 6,000 even. Dunk. Yeah. Praise be to the Mighty Book. Oh, you didn't catch that! I upgraded the Mighty Book with Oleron's blood. It's fine, really, I swear. It's not evil. And it increases my physical damage, which is nice. And also increase my speed, which is also nice. So our book is now even better. Because I basically poured the blood of a god of war over it. Which, you know, I mean, I imagine that can be good for the book, but it seems to be fine. And I see a totem in the distance. Yeah, there we go. But let's first clear out these healers. Oh, mosquitoes. And once again, more reputation with Homestead. And that is why we go to Homestead first. I didn't do this before, but the moment I realized that Homestead gives bonuses for killing beasts, I just knew, like, okay, I need to go here first. Oh, you are good. Are you good enough though? go like a second. And an earthquake on attack. Okay, we're going to keep that one in store because I do want to use that one. None of these seem any good. It's not evil, says the person who loves necromancy. Yes! Yes! You're starting to get the point. It's all for survival. I mean, it's Grim Dawn, the world here is fucked anyway. How much worse can it be? So now... And... Oh no, you're rift spawn. Ah, I never realized. Alright. Oh no, you're rift spawn, but you still give my reputation to... What are you, rift spawn or are you beast? What are you? Or maybe rift spawn are... corrupted beast, something? Hey now, hey. I want to make clear that I'm not currently playing a Necromancer. A fun thing in this game. After you do one of the first quests, oh, look at that. 2 more beastskin heroes? Like Homestead is going to love me so much because I killed a bunch of monsters at the literal other side of the world from them. This is great. As I was saying, no, there goes our inventory space. That was the wrong button. So I need to go back for now. They should throw me parade. They should give me food first, because that's the entire reason why I go there. Oh.
Ah, there you are.
Still need to do this quest.
We have an errand you must perform immediately.
Excuse me?
Yes, at once. Do not tarry. There are experiments to be run, and Darlet and I require explosive materials immediately. No time for questions. These magical artifacts aren't going to break themselves down, now are they? Are you still here? Head to the mines around the Arkovian foothills and old Arkovia immediately.
Will this dynamite suffice?
Oh, good. Let us start the experiment immediately. Darlet, prep the blast furnace.
Is this safe?
Of course. I am fully confident that it will function as intended. Well, there may be a slight chance that we will tear apart reality when the artifact is consumed by the conflagration, but chances of that are very low. So low. 1 in a billion. You're safe. Really.
This can't end well.
That's correct. Just look at these wonderful components. We can finally begin studying artifacts properly. If only the Ereman Museum Society could see me now. They would be absolutely furious. Oh, and if you wish, you can have Darlet break down any items you find. Just bring her more explosives.
Thanks. If you want food, take the goddamn beasts. I would love to, but these people apparently don't want to eat meat. Because I have to go through the other side of the world to speak to a bunch of farmers who are in too much trouble to actually trade food. So now I need to solve their problems as well. It's like, I'm the victim here. Come on. I'm doing all this work for you, and I mean, I'm getting paid, I guess. But you know, the entire world has gone to It's turned to ash, so how good is it? Oh no. I need more dynamite. That's unfortunate. I will take care of that later. Veganist caused the apocalypse. Like what the rabbits weren't eaten, so they just eventually overtook humanity and they reached critical mass and created a black hole in the world, and now that has created a rift in space-time, and that's how the ethereals got here. Something like that. I should go and seek out this Oh look, muddy note. Of someone who saw a bunch of people and thought that they would help him, and then was eventually killed by them. So the story that I was trying to tell last time I was here. Eventually we'll need to make a choice between the Order of Death's Vigil and Kaiman's Chosen. And one of them is a bunch of necromancers, and the other one is a bunch of fanatics who like fire and burning things. And worship... No, wait. They worship Empyrean, but see the kind of legendary figure called Kaiman as their spiritual leader. Or, I mean, it's not around anymore, but something like that. Now, if you play a Necromancer, you are forced into the position of joining the Order of Death's Vigil, because if you try to talk with Kaiman's Chosen, they will get really mad at you, because you are a Necromancer, and you cannot join them. I learned that the hard way. Now, luckily, the Kaiman's Chosen also don't really have anything that is necessarily good for a Necromancer character. Kaiman's Chosen give bonuses to lightning, fire, and physical damage, which is not really a Necromancer thing. And the Order of Death's Vigil gives bonuses to pets, cold damage, and vitality damage, which is far more Necromancer thing. Right, I am just walking past enemies. And I shouldn't be. So yeah, as you may have noticed, each marsh is pretty big. And there we go. So, we have done nothing for Homestead, and yet they are already friendly to us. So that is great. And now, we're going to a church. Because why not? Ooh! And these guys can actually drop one of the strange keys that I'm still looking for. Because I cannot find this damn thing anywhere. So we're coming up to the Burwich Cathedral. Which is close to Burwich. And actually has a road going to Burwich that is currently blocked off. as we will see soon. It is not the Church of the Codex of Reckoning yet, but I will kill everyone who is there right now, so then I can claim it as the Church of the Codex of Reckoning. Or Cathedral of the Codex of Reckoning. Because, you know, these are a bunch of blood cultists, so they deserve it. Says the person who has blood on, who has smeared blood on their book to make it more powerful. Exactly. Not yet. My key luck is very bad. I think that every one of these people here has a chance to drop a strange key. None of them have yet. Here in the cathedral. So these things explode, and it makes them really scary, because that is damage you cannot avoid. Alright, let's go up the stairs. And just steal some stuff before we actually start the fight. Against you! Ooh, there are a lot of enemies around here. Come on, come on. I am so happy that Macy and Glory cannot die. By the way, that is not a normal thing for pets in this game. Most pets just have a health stat. And if you go through the health stat, then they disappear because they are dead. It's very important. Yeah, if only I could actually get the key from their cold dead hands, that would be great. Oh look, another book, but it's not the right book. Nor is that one. What do we actually give? Chaos damage for a Rune of Chaos. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, that's fun. So that's useful to a character that is one of the... It may be one of the few... It may even be the single one class combination that I just do not get. Right, but still no key. Now, what I really like about this place, what I really like about this game is how interconnected things are. Like here you can see this bridge here is blocked off. But actually, this place right here at the other side, and I'm just going to go there as quickly as possible to show it. That is just the other side of the bridge, and those places are. You can see that, and it kind of lines up, and it's. It's probably not worth it, but I'm doing it anyway. It's one of those minor things. It's not particularly hard or like innovative or anything, but it is something that I like. The only thing that I would have liked more is if you actually could like destroy this path here and actually make a bridge between us two. There's one place that I've discovered so far in this game where you actually can do that. And first time I figured it out was great. It may... No, it's not a place where we're gonna go next. It's a place where we're going to go next week.
Got something we need stashed?
Because, to be entirely honest, I don't think I've got enough time for today to actually make it there.
See anything you like?
Or make it through there, at least.
See you
Because if you thought that, like me, if you thought like me that East Marsh was big, then oh, that place there is even larger. So for now, let's go and take care of the Dermapterian infestation. Because that is a quest that is still waiting for us, and it's not extremely long. It's not going to take an hour, hopefully. So look, farmers around here. We're going to help them, but not by going this way, because this is the wrong way. By going this way. We need to clear up some egg clusters. Which are pretty weak, so I may accidentally destroy them. But that's okay, because I need to destroy them anyway. I need to destroy 10 of them. I'm an overachiever, so I'm just going to destroy every single one that I encounter. I have a feeling that I'm forgetting something, but I don't think I am. Might have to try to remember that I still need to dynamite. But that's a concern for later. There are quite easy ways to get dynamite. So yeah, this is just all abandoned farmland. And there is this quite sneaky hidden location right here, and it doesn't pay off. And I'm still upset that it doesn't. There's just nothing there. Even the body there isn't lootable. I don't know why it gets me. But I'm still kind of upset by it. And we completed the quest. So now we still need to hand it in. Which we won't do until we get to the next Riftgate. By the way, the music, or let's be honest here, the occasional sounds that appear here, like it's a lot less. Oh, level, nice. It's a lot less now because I'm playing this on stream and I'm talking at the same time. But when I'm just playing this on my own and I'm just quiet, they just freak me out so much. I don't know why it gets to me, but the music here is horrifying. It really adds to the atmosphere. What are these things? They are Dermapterians, obviously. Oh yeah, Dyla's diary. We're not going to read through this, but we're still going to open it because it gives us experience. Also, and I'm still a little bit upset by this, you can talk to Dahlia to give her back her diary. Excuse me, Dyla, not Dahlia. Dahlia is the person we found who was dead. Even if you haven't opened it and haven't technically read it, the options are I didn't see anything, lie, or don't worry, your secret is safe with me, truth. And it's one of those tiny things that I'm just a little bit upset about. That if you do not read it, it still says like, oh yeah, if you say you don't read it, it's lying. So it's not my fault. I cannot even give her her privacy if I wanted to. I just want to make that clear. Also, I've decided that I'm going to level up Oathkeeper, both because we need more spirit and because I want to work towards upgrading Macy and Glory. Because this upgrade is great. And I think it described Macy and Glory very well. The Guardian's very presence sears the souls of your heretical foes. Also, can we now use you? Yes, we can! Oh, that's great! That's just 700 more damage per second. That is amazing. Ah, and my resistance didn't even suffer too much on the raid. Lovely. A little bit more physique. Yeah, Macy and Glory deserve the upgrade. They've done so well. They're great. It's going to take a while though before they actually get the upgrade. I need to have 50. It's like one of the last upgrades I get for Oathkeeper. But it's a good one. Resistance reduction, or so I have been told, is the most important offensive ability you can get in this game. Which I don't really like, but that's okay. Because apparently even in endgame things are going to have just ridiculous resistances. Also, we're going to invest in Wolverine. More defense. But the thing I do like about it is that it's not useless against things that do not have set resistance. For example, if something has like 10% or something like I don't know exactly how the calculation works, but something like minus 10% physical resistance, and you face a foe that has only has 5% physical resistance. Oh, that sounds. But then their physical resistance goes to minus 5%, which means they take 5% more damage from all physical attacks. So it's always a good thing to have, which is something that I do really like. So it's not like, oh, you need this, but it's usually going to be useless. It's you need this, but it's also kind of good. Now, small hit path here. Ooh. These things are called Brer Thorns. I really like their design. I think they look absolutely amazing. But that's not really why we're here. Oh, I just realized something. I should do something else first. I mean, it's kind of on our path anyway. Is it on our path? It's not on our path, is it? I honestly forgot where I am. Oh well. We will find our way back at some point. There we go. Here's small encampment. Small encampment of rovers. This thing talks about nightmares. Now, oh no, nope, it's an outboss. I went exactly the wrong way. No, go ahead. Go ahead, yeah, there you go. This encampment of rovers has no use and has no interesting things to say. They basically are there to die a horrific death to die a horrific death if you make a mistake later on. My knockback is ridiculous. I just threw a person across the map. Right, now we can go there. Let's go there by default. Oh! 2 bosses, huh? Alright. I don't know why that sound design gets me, but it does really get me. Also, monster scarecrows. So why not? This is also the first thing where ethereal wisps show up. If you have, by some miracle, actually seen the first episode of my playthrough, those things were the bane of my existence in there, because you're not supposed to fight them until right here, when you're like level 30 something. Oh dear. My internet might be failing. I hope everything is still working. I think the best thing I can do there is hope that everything is still working. I'm once again going the wrong way. I should not get distracted when moving into new areas. Oh, I need dynamite for this, I forgot. I should still have enough, right? Okay, I'm quickly going to reset something. My apologies for this. I just want to keep an eye on things. And I don't like seeing... Okay. I might have missed things in chat just now. If so, I apologize. So yeah. Hey, here's a buried crypt. It's an underground hidden away place blocked by a large rock. There's a little girl. Please help me, I'm so scared. Little girl all by herself in here? Callista suddenly looks serious. I'm not a little girl. I'm almost this many years old. Callista holds up a hand with all her fingers spread out. Mama says so. I find it odd that you survived on your own out here. I find it odd that you're so suspicious. Your mistrust might be a reflection of your poor character. Is your heart so bitter that you won't help a lost child find her way home? Please help me. How long have you been down here? I don't know, many days. It's dark and scary here, and sometimes I hear things crawling around, but I can't see them. I'd really like to go home now. I'm so hungry, so hungry. Shouldn't someone be out looking for you? I don't know. Why does it matter? Maybe they couldn't find this place under all the rocks. Callista's ready to cry. You're frightening me with all your questions. I need to get out of this prison. No. And now it all starts again, alright? Something seems off here. There we go. Flame flickers in Callista's eyes. Take me from this place now. You're a deceiver, demon. Oh, she doesn't sound like a little girl. I mean, that could be just my voice. But no, she isn't. Although she has a cool title. If you're known as anything, being known as the Hellfire is great. So yeah, apparently I haven't done so before. To be honest, I got suspicious the moment that the text said something is odd here. Like, apparently if you don't do anything, if you actually open a Riftgate for her and teleport her to what she says is home, these people die. And that's what they're here for. And they don't really say anything much. Oh. Huh. Chthonian almost struck me in releasing it here. Ah. You must be speaking of Callista. She's my daughter, or at least she was before something horrid possessed her. Even as an infant, she would speak in tongues we could not decipher, her eyes a vibrant red. When dark omens began appearing, I knew I had to do something, but I could not bring myself to kill my child. We abandoned her within a tomb and sealed the entrance. May the gods have mercy on us. I banished the Chthonian for good. Aye, that's a relief. Thank you for releasing my daughter from this hell. Huh, I didn't know that. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, she wasn't great at acting like a young child. I mean, come on. Being buried in a crypt. I do find it curious that you are kind of being punished for asking too many questions. I hadn't expected that. Poor guy. Yeah, I mean, let's be honest, it's not a light-hearted game. Take, for example, these people right here that are buried underneath all these harpies. Oh boy, that's a lot of fun. But it's fine because they're all dead now. There's actually one that drops a note. I think this one here. Yeah, Walt's note. That basically says like, "Oh, I'm so happy that I found this place that is hidden away from all the Dermapterians and Ethereals, and that I'm finally safe here." And then he and his mates were killed by the harpies that were hanging around. So yeah, not a great place. Wow, exactly minus 1,000 damage. How cool. Yeah, but other than that, this is mostly just large open field. It's just abandoned farms. A lot of walking and some fighting in between. Oh great, look at that. What a surprise, another wonderful shield. You truly like to test my devotion, don't you, game? I should return to Homestead. I totally forgot about that. I still have a quest to hand in. And I get a follow-up quest for that. But that's fine. I also didn't actually inspect all of the farms, so let's do that first. Because there's also... Oh, I thought there was an opening there. It looks on the map like there is, but apparently there isn't really. Okay, fine. Then I will just walk around to kill you. Like I think I've said several times before, I really like the notes that this game leaves everywhere. I think it's a really fun way of learning out lore, provided that, you know, you're not streaming when reading all of that would be quite boring. Or so I imagine. But they are sometimes, they're very often said. They're sometimes also kind of funny, or this thing of like, yeah, you should have known better. There's one around here at a farm. That is a note of someone who basically says like, oh, my wife wants me to leave, wants us to leave the farm behind and move back to Homestead for safety. But everyone is just being I don't know the word for that. Everyone is just making this a far bigger deal than it is. Like, give it a few weeks and it will all be over. Oh, it's this home right here. Says something like, yeah, give it a few weeks and it will all be over and we'll be fine. And then I am the person who is still taking care of his lands, and we will have all the harvest. And then he died because his home was overrun by ethereals. So yeah, not a good choice, buddy. It's this one right here. Walter's note. Making my way back home. Did I already go here? Yeah, I did. There's not too much interesting around here. I hope to still be able to finish this. I have to... there's nothing there. Great! I walked through dangerous terrain for nothing. Oh well. That is fine. This is taking quite a while longer than I expected. It's mostly just bigger than I thought. But that's fine. Homestead. And now... Any progress with the Dermapterians? I've cleared out the fields as you asked. I'm relieved to hear that, and that you've returned in one piece. Dermapterians should not be trifled with, especially in such numbers. I will speak to Captain Summer about sending some guards out along with some of the farmers. We'll have that field cleaned up in no time. In the meantime, I was hoping you would hear me out on a far more grave task. What is it? The Dermapterian hives are cyclical in nature. Every 7 years or so, they birth a new queen, which promptly proliferates their numbers and causes them to explode across the countryside. In the past, we would rally together and exterminate the queen while she was still young, but after the grim dawn, the Dermapterians were allowed to thrive, and their queen is molded into a massive creature that spawns new Dermapterians by the dozen every day. She has to be destroyed, otherwise the insects will eventually run out of food and attack us in force. The queen is always guarded by her 2 Grand Viziers, so you would have to acquire their pheromone glands to even enter her chamber. We know that the royal hive is somewhere out in the rotting croplands to the west of Homestead. After the way you handle the infested fields, I'm confident in your abilities. Will you help us help the Dermapterian reproductive cycle? I will gladly pull together all of our iron bits if you can pull this one off. I will slay the Dermapterian queen. Yeah, the spike towers and the random piles of wood, as well as all like the broken chimneys and strange barricades, really make this place feel like home. Also, Oh yeah, another thing of Homestead. It is impossible to know where you should go here. Like, it's just... I cannot find a way for the life of me. Thank you for clearing out the farm. It's the best news I've heard in weeks. I found your diary. Oh heavens, I hope you didn't read it. It's not proper to stick your nose into a lady's private scribblings. Well, I'm sorry, but I did not have a choice. Which secret is safe with me.
Safe storage. No.
Anyway, let's store this. Ooh, lot of fun. Nice.
I'll keep an eye on it.
Oh, I've got
See anything
one
you like?
dynamite. That's not nearly enough.
See you around.
Wink, seriously, wink. Yes, yes. And also, yeah, about the iron bits. I have this slight feeling that like I'm just being extremely fooled here. Yeah, I need to help them way more before they can actually afford the food. It's a weird town. Yeah, I mean, like all the places you encounter here are weird. At least Homestead is a town. Like Devil's Crossing is a prison. But yeah, I'm probably doing way too much for them. Like, it's that I enjoy doing this, otherwise my prices would be way higher. Right. Ah, no! I picked up an item that's not green. Go away. Now, somewhere around here, and I'm not quite sure where. Oh, wait, I'm quite sure where. It's right there. Splendid! So, we found the hive. Excellent. And let's quickly clear out this, and then we can go in. Yeah, exactly. Macy and Glory don't need food or wages. They sustain themselves entirely on the blood of our enemies. And on the book. Don't forget the book. So, this is the hive. This is the royal hive, even. This is the place of the Dermapterian queen. But we wouldn't be the overachievers we are if we weren't going to kill every single Dermapterian that is around here. So that's what we're going to do. Oh, apparently that's blocked off. Alright. I honestly really appreciate your periodic hailing of the mighty Codex. It's a nice relief on the bleakness of Grim Dawn. Apparently, at least according to Twitch, Grim Dawn is also labeled as a horror game, which I don't really agree with. I can kind of see where you would come from, but I wouldn't count it as a horror game. It certainly has a lot of disturbing elements, but I wouldn't call it horror. Why are you there? Oh! Wait, I didn't actually enter. Wow. Okay. Bleh. My apologies for that one. That sometimes happens. I also sometimes manage to like leave a location or enter a location and try to move and click on the exact position where the exit is and leave the place again. And it's really frustrating. Oh, 2 bosses, huh? That's good. That's more experience with Homestead. Homestead is a very nice location when it comes to experience, when it comes to reputation. I'm sorry. Because they want you to kill beasts, and you get experience from killing beasts. And beasts are just absolutely everywhere. They're just the standard enemy. It doesn't really matter where you are. There are probably beasts around, unless you are inside of a tomb or inside of a town. And even then, like sometimes they're just still hanging around. So that is great, because that means that it's easy to get the experience with them. Some people don't consider Little Nightmares to be horror. I mean, I can also see that point of view. It very much depends on what your idea of horror is. Oh, I missed a spot. Cannot leave anything alive, can we? Like, does horror need to have jump scares and like obvious disturbing imagery, or can it also just be like severe themes? Or dark themes and themes of despair and horrible things. Because when you go and think about it, there are a lot of horrible things in the world of Grim Dawn. There is one. Oh, Little Nightmares is designed to be quietly terrifying? Oh, that's cool, I didn't know that. That's cool. I mean, I think that I would probably kind of go into that direction of horror. Like, is it intended to be scary and to be like, do people intend it to be disturbing? Basically, do people intend for it to be horror? I need more cunning. There are definitely also a couple of pretty disturbing notes around. And I'm going to talk about content that comes up a bit later. Not any spoilers or anything, but notes that you find then. Which is probably going to be pretty frustrating to me, because then I realize that I've got nothing to talk about then, but that's fine. For example, there is the Cult of Chthon, which is honestly kind of, I find it a pretty interesting figure in itself, Chthon. And it has a cult, the cathedral that we just freed was of the Cult of Chthon. And they're very much this blood cult, this cult of human sacrifice, I keep missing that. Of basically like your blood does not belong to you, it belongs to Chthon, and we will return it to its rightful owner. All that kind of stuff. And eventually you find notes of someone who has lost their home after the Grim Dawn. Oof, that was a lot of damage. You find the notes of someone who has lost their home after the Grim Dawn. And there are 3 of those notes. And they describe how she starts off doubtful and then starts to more get this feeling of like, yeah, what has the world actually done for us, and aren't these people right? And the last note talks about how she is preparing the sacrifice of herself and her husband and kids for this god, for the dead god of or the dying god of Chthon. And it's pretty horrifying. It has this very much this feeling of just the fall after something so horrible happens. By the way, hey, look at this. It's a Lord of the Rings reference. Gollus the Deep Dweller. We didn't get it. He even has a chance to drop a ring, and I think that's the only item he drops. He also has killing him. Also, the first time also gives the achievement that I think is just called. I forgot the name of the achievement. But something like. Basically, it's an exact reference on how they describe Gollum in Lord of the Rings movies. But I'm not sure. I should not forget to put my diversion points into more Wolverine. Plus 30% all retaliation damage. Yes, please. Is Dishonored then also considered horror with the Red Plague and Weeps and such? I don't know. I think this is also just up for personal, for like personal opinion, because you get into this problem of like, okay, but what makes horror? And also like, or at least in my head, you get into the problem of like, there's not really a better name for these kinds of games that you are in which you are confronted by these dark and heavy themes of like just unimaginably horrible things. And like, is that horror? Or do you only get into horror at the moment that it scares you? Because that's the reason why I wouldn't necessarily call this game horror, is because I don't feel like it's trying to scare me. And I think I would feel the same thing about Dishonored. Like, it's a game about horrible themes, but it doesn't... I don't feel like it tries to scare me. But once again, you know, that's personal opinion. Also, is this helm better than what I have? not even a helm. It's a circlet. It's better, but I'm not going to wear a circlet. Come on. Okay, fine. How much better is it? It's not much better, and we get more health and better resistances like this. Wouldn't consider Subnautica horror, but some people are genuinely terrified. Yeah, but also fear of the ocean is a genuine thing. It's like I think thalatophobia, not thanatophobia. That's fear of death. That is absolute. Oh wow, I'm going way over time. My apologies for that. Fear of the ocean is a genuine phobia, and I also didn't know that for a very long time. But I can very much imagine that people of fear of depth and fear of like not seeing anything underneath you, and this endless depth that can freak people out. Or just the sounds of the sounds that the Leviathan makes. Thalassophobia, that's the one. My apologies. I've seen a really cool video about this, about how well Subnautica does things. Yeah, High School Creek is good for something at least. Yeah. For knowing your phobias. But something about how Subnautica does things. How Subnautica basically keeps things scary. How it keeps the Leviathan specifically scary by allowing you to get away from them, so that you don't just die to them over and over again and kind of get desensitized from it. But anyway, I'm playing an entirely different game. I hope no one is bothered by that. Anyway, I'm going to go a little bit more overtime. I am aware of that. I thought I could do this entire region in 40 minutes, but apparently I couldn't. Talking about different kids, perfectly fine. I mean, you're the one who incited it, so you shouldn't even be allowed to complain. Anyway. Yeah, I think those, like the foes we just faced, that was a very long dash, by the way. I'm quite sure that in this game the maximum length of the dash is calculated by of like a targeted dash is calculated by the actual distance to your target. Because it does have a maximum, but it's pretty far. But the pathfinding is still kind of alright. So you can sometimes just dash across entire rooms and like down some stairs. There is a maximum length to it, but it can get pretty ridiculous. I also think that just now was a good time to talk about like other things, because the Thaumaturgians weren't really the most interesting of enemies. They're kind of just your mindless spider, scorpion, beast, insect monsters. You know, the casual ones. Oh look, another good shield. Oh, wonderful. But they don't have the background that many other monsters do. Or enemies, actually. Oh. I'm really looking forward to doing the what I call it again? Yeah, obligatory spider for well, exactly. The spiders in Act 1 were the most horrible things for me in this game at first. Not so much because I hate spiders, but because they dealt poison damage and I hadn't really figured out the resistance mechanic yet. So they dealt so much damage to me back then. Oh, speaking of so much damage, look at that! Flesh Hulks. One of the strongest enemies in this part of the game. Not so much this part, but they appear first in Act 1 and you're not prepared then. You're not prepared for them. But it's fine, we killed them. Blades Blindside Rebuke. These are Blades and Blindside, but where is Rebuke? No, that's Retribution, not Rebuke. I just want to know where this ability is to see if I can, like, if it is worth, keeping that item. I may actually use it later, but I cannot find it. Rebuke, there we go. Okay, so you're actually pretty good. You might be better boots than what I have. That's nice. That's really nice. I will just have to check. My inventory is getting really full. I cannot take all these items with me. Okay. So apparently, we're going back here for just a short moment. Did it look good too? Oh, that's a good one. I don't know. Oh wait, I can check. Of course I can check. Of course I can check. But not right now. I will just store them away for now. I mean, on the surface they look pretty cool.
It's safe with me. Promise. See anything you like?
I have to. I totally forgot something. I have to say, I also really like our purple glowing mace. You know, gives some atmosphere. Ooh. Actually got a new item there.
It's safe with me. See anything you like?
This game has a great mechanic for the people who cannot find, who cannot cope with the struggle of wanting both the best gear. I'm going to talk to you later. Who cannot cope with the struggle of wanting both the best gear as well as what looks best. You can pay something to you can pay someone to basically give you like, hey, here, now your item looks different, and it looks like something else entirely. I'm just surprised by this thing because it looks like it should be better, but it isn't. It's going to reduce my damage. Yeah, it is. Actually, you are better. Ah. All right, I will just keep you. No wretched fervor. I need to concentrate for just a moment. Did you have attack speed? You didn't. Just to make sure that I don't accidentally skip over something very useful. Because I would. I can't outdo Macy. Yes, I know. Like, they glow themselves. They glow entirely. They're slightly translucent. Their entire armor set and their weapons match their own skin. Like, that's just, you know, I cannot outdo that. Yes, I emptied my inventory. The reason I didn't take everything is because I have tried to, because inventory size in this game is pretty limited. So I have taught myself to not take too much yellow items with me, which are only magic items, because they're not that good. They're certainly not better than what I already have, or at least so rarely that it's not really worth to check. And they're also not really worth that much. So the reason I don't take them with me is because it probably isn't worth the effort. I mean, I can try to take them with me. This place isn't that long anymore anyway. I'm just going to pick up everything, and you will see that my inventory gets overloaded way too fast. And then I have to leave behind things, and the only thing for me as a hoarder that is worse than having to leave stuff lying around is having to actively drop stuff because I need to take something else with me instead. Yeah, game is wrecked from the start. I just cannot win. Like, I say I just cannot win the moment that I get probably one of the most amazing items I've found so far. So that's good. You do increase my damage, right? You decrease my damage. But you increase my armor, so it's fine. Yeah, you've got bonus physique instead of bonus cunning, that's a big thing. Alright, fine. Yeah, but Macy and Glory are so obviously so far superior to me that, you know, the only reason I'm still around is because I have to hold the book, because they don't want to give up any of their two hands, or they don't want to have their hands carry a book if it could also carry a weapon. But oh well. What can we do about that? So we're going to fight a boss in a moment, which is basically just, which is crafted by the Ethereals. And it is basically just a mass of corpses that they've crafted together to create a weapon that is to destroy Homestead. What do I want? I want more damage. I mostly want to just gut the I encounter so many of these items. I think that the game heard me when I said like, oh, I'm encountering so many good shields and I cannot use them. That it was like, you know what? We'll give you the entire opposite problem. We'll give you such great items that are slightly different, but not different enough to really make a difference, or to make one obviously better than the other. And you will just constantly stress out because you cannot choose the item. Didn't even have the decency to free them from their prison. Item looks like trap. I mean, yeah, it kind of does. It looks better when I've got it on. It looks better on my shoulders. Speaking of trap, I'm probably gonna take a lot of damage here. Oh, that's actually really good. So to fill in, to inform the people that may not have seen the start of this, I found out literally minutes before I started the stream that I can turn on auto loot, and that it automatically picks up components, and that's great for ether crystals because now I don't need to click through this stuff that damages me when I enter it. But not Macy and Glory, they just casually can enter it. Anyway, boss fight! Ah! The amalgamation. Who is not too... Oh. I want to retract my statement, but it already died. Shard of Ether is not great. Is the loot in this game random? Yes. In general, yes. The loot system works with items having certain... like base items having certain attributes and then having a prefix and or a suffix. And items that are better are green, and items that are less good are yellow, and items that don't have anything are white. And that kind of combines. That kind of combines into what the items become. For example, if something has the suffix of ruin.
Got something you need stashed?
Then I know that it is an item that increases my physical damage.
Promise. I'll give you a good price on what I've got left.
And for example, I think that it is flesh warps that increases physical damage and ether damage. And like, there's something for every attribute. Unique items always have the same kind of stats. For example, another Turin stab, which we actually did find early on. Another Turin stab would also have, well, my internet's having trouble again. Another Turin stab would also increase physical damage, increase internal trauma damage, movement speed, poison acid resist, physical damage retaliation, or retaliation damage, and give a +2 to counteract an aspect of Guardian. However, the amounts by which they give those bonuses may vary from one to the other. So we found one earlier today that was worse for every single stat except for eternal trauma damage. And those items work in a range, and I don't know the exact range, but it's all kind of randomized, but not entirely. But let's finish up some quests, and then we are done for today. Have you dealt with the Demtarian Queen? The Demtarian cycle is disrupted. That is the best news I've heard for weeks. We'll have to speak to Captain Sommer about getting a proper kitchen up. Your continued support will ensure that Homestead will produce enough food for all. Does that include Devil's Crossing? You've done much to help us get to our fields back in order, but I can't spare anything until my people have had more time to grow a fresh crop. If you continue to help us out, then that will free up the hands I need to tend to the harvest. Clearing out the beasts roaming the land will also ensure that we can work in peace. Very well. So we need to do even more things for Homestead before they're going to give us their food. Anyway, hey, Captain Sommer.
There was much commotion reported in the area around the gruesome harvest. I trust you have good news?
I entirely forgot you had voice acting. The abomination had been destroyed.
Your reputation is
Yeah,
well
definitely.
known. The Legion thanks you for your service to the Emperor. With the ethereal threat crippled, we can now turn our attention to the Cult of Cthulhu.
I am eager to get started.
My scouts have reported back from the lands to the north. The situation is far worse than I ever imagined. The Cult of Cthulhu is on our doorstep and in great numbers. Worse still, they've been capturing farmers, travelers, even my own soldiers, and using them for their blood rituals. We cannot risk the cult bolstering their forces with chthonic beings. I need you to venture out beyond Sorrow's Bastion to the north and search their camps. Rescue any survivors before the cultists can use them as sacrifices.
I will rescue the prisoners. I've got a level. Yay! And I get a boost to Heart of Wrath, to Judgment. Ooh! Rendering Judgment fills your heart with fiery purpose, which burns nearby foes. Yes! Nice.
Just the person I'm looking for. The others may disagree with me on this, but there's something I need you to do.
What is it?
There are 2 other groups of survivors in the region that we are aware of, but Somer and Creed do not consider them to be of strategic value. Frankly, I disagree. They may consist largely of fanatics, but fanatics aimed in the right direction can be a powerful force. I've asked representatives from both the Order of Death's Vigil and Kaiman's Chosen to visit here and speak to us. There is some obvious animosity between the 2, but perhaps we can leverage that against them. I would like you to be our representative. Speak to both of them. Learn all that you can and decide which of the 2 groups would prove to be of superior strategic value. I just don't see them working together, I'm afraid.
I will speak to the emissaries. I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to take long for this. Yeah, it's kind of late. I will be done in a moment.
The one you call Ulgrim has requested.
Yes, excellent. I've made my decision. I will work with you. Excellent. I need to go to you. I know. And then just going to cut this one short. This person wants us to find some things. But now... Did I not? Oh, I didn't do you yet. Alright. Now, we can go here. Into this place. Towards Sorrow's Bastion. 3 mace wielders. Here to Sorrow's Bastion. But we're not going to do that. We're absolutely not going to do that now, because I'm now going to end today. Or specifically end today's stream, not end today itself. But next time we will go to Tyrant's Hold. Right here. And after that we may still have... we still have a Colosseum to clear out, we still have a Depraved Sanctuary and a Corrupted Tomb to clear out. So we've got more than enough stuff to still to do before we will even continue. But all of that will come next time. There won't be Pathfinder this Sunday, unfortunately, because people have lives beside rules is fun. Strange. But next week we will probably have another. We will probably be back with actual rules is fun with the Dryden campaign again, and next week Friday I will probably be continuing this. So I hope to see you back then. For now, I'm going to break off the music. Goodbye.